This has serious implications for the New York Jets as we have a massive update to go over that is going to have a huge impact on the Jets moving forwards in an absolutely huge way. While we also have another update regarding the draft as well to discuss for the team. But guys, right now, with everything going on with the Jets, we have a huge update that definitely has Jets fans, or should have Jets fans, quite excited regarding the team, even if it does come on sort of a situation that you don't love to see. We're going to dive into this, but real quick before we do, if you're part of that 68% that's not subscribed to Jets Digest, make sure to go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss a single New York Jets video. We are back, and we are having daily New York Jets updates, so you don't want to miss out on those. I know I've been away for a few days, holiday weekend. You do lose track of some things, but now we're back on the daily grind. Guys, there's a lot to discuss right now, because as we know, the New York Jets won their most recent game, and that definitely did have an impact on a lot of things. Fans were pretty split. Some of them saying, you know what, it's good to see the Jets win a football game, while others were wondering, hey, is this actually bad for the Jets? Is this bad for draft stock? Is the team worse off with this win against the Atlanta Falcons? And honestly, it's a fair assessment. When Nick Folk hit the kick, I was happy because I was like, the Jets won. I like seeing the Jets win. It doesn't happen very often. And on the other side of things, I was like, it's not great for the draft stock because the Jets could have been in line for the first overall pick if everything went their way. But instead, now they're at 7th overall, which definitely is a change of everything. But now, on top of that, we do know they have another pick. And Darren Mougey, he just got proven right. As Sauce Gardner did end up getting hurt. He was asked about his injury. He said, I think it's a calf strain. And he was asked if he feared the worst. And he said, not for real. I felt like I got shot in the calf or something. But it was like high in my calf. I don't think it's the Achilles or nothing like that. And Tom Pelissero commented on this as well. Pelissero said, Colts cornerback Sauce Gardner is believed to have suffered a calf strain. Those can be tricky injuries, and he'll have more tests, but Gardner's Achilles appears intact, so there's major optimism that he avoided an injury. Now look, I love Sauce Gardner. Just because he's no longer a Jet doesn't mean I don't love Sauce Gardner. Sauce wanted to be a part of the change with the Jets, but ultimately when you're being offered a guy who looks like a starting wide receiver, and we are going to talk about A.D. Mitchell in the coming videos as well, but on top of that, when we look at the New York Jets, when we look at this team, what we do see is a squad that very much, we want to see the Jets have a good of a draft pick as possible. We want to see them have 2 as good draft picks as possible, as they do have 2 first-rounders between them and the Indianapolis Colts. They have the Colts pick from the Sauce Gardner trade where they acquired Mitchell and those 2 first-round picks, and one of them with the Colts, it does have an impact, and Sauce Gardner not playing really weakens their defense and will have an impact on how good the Colts finish. They've struggled recently, and it's good for the Jets. Now, Sauce getting injured is not a good thing. I don't want to see Sauce Gardner get injured at all. I would rather the Colts have Sauce Gardner be fully healthy. I don't root for anybody to get injured, especially someone who really is one of my favorite NFL players, and Sauce, again, him getting traded doesn't change that. But at the end of the day, it is going to be helpful for the Jets if the Colts start to lose more games. The Jets right now have a treasure trove of draft picks, especially this season, where they have right now projected to have the 7th overall pick, the 23rd overall pick, the 38th overall pick, the 48th overall pick, and then having picks 108, 177, 198, and 100 picks in the 200s as well. The Jets have multiple high draft picks right now. They have 3 top 40 picks, and those picks can continue to improve depending on where the Jets ultimately finish at the end of the season, and also what happens with the Colts and where they ultimately finish at the end of the season. Right now, because of this, there is a lot to think about for the team. The Jets right now, this would make some sense for them. Right now a 7th and a 23rd is very good. It's one of the best draft stocks any team has. So you look at that, and we're excited because, yeah, obviously that's not Fernando Mendoza territory. It's likely not Ty Simpson territory. And that does make you worried, and it does make you start to wonder, what exactly are the Jets going to do in this situation? Well, the Jets, their first 5 picks are expected to be Jordan Tyson, a wide receiver out of Arizona State, Avion Terrell, and then they pick a quarterback 38th overall with Lenora Sellers, someone who was projected to end up at the top of the draft boards this season, but has been unable to do so in his 3rd year at South Carolina. Now, there is the argument that he should go back, and Sellers should try to wait a year and see if he can get things more intact before going out next season. However, if he does go, this does make some sense for the Jets if they ultimately don't get Mendoza, they don't get Simpson, they don't want to trade up for them, and they ultimately decide, you know what, we believe in Sellers. He's a dual threat quarterback who does make a lot of sense for this team. And then also the Jets do get to still add another elite playmaking wide receiver and a cornerback, which they definitely do need some more defensive back help. So honestly, I love this top 4 right here. Lee Hunter, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know much about him as a prospect, but I like the idea of adding an edge rusher in Zion Young. I do like Lenore Sellers' game. I know he has struggled to be efficient, but at the end of the day, he's an excellent running QB who I do think he can throw with some anticipation, which is helpful. It's just a matter of him really starting to hone the skills. Would he be a day one starter for the Jets? Maybe. But the Jets would likely add a veteran quarterback as well to the roster, whether that's keeping Tyrod Taylor or going in another direction of a veteran so they could have someone who Sellers can kind of also just have as a mentor. And on top of that, Avion Terrell and Jordan Tyson both excite me a lot as well. Now, here's the thing. With Sellers, that's the guy who we really look at because fans right now, they have not been thrilled with Sellers right now, saying that the 4-8 record with Sellers is horrific. Further proof that there is no saying that football program and everything just... Basically, there's a lot of Lenore Sellers hate going on right now. Lenore Sellers stock is as low as it's ever really been. So, definitely if the Jets picked him, there would be a whole lot of fans who are like, this is a bad idea. The Jets aren't going to get anything out of this, and this is a wasted pick. However, we know the Jets are going to be adding a rookie quarterback. The tickets are not selling great right now, and even though Sellers is picked 38th overall, he's enough of a name and enough of a guy who there is a high ceiling there that it would likely be worth the pick. Honestly, I wouldn't blame the Jets for going out there and taking Sellers right here. In fact, I would be somewhat excited for this selection personally. Yeah, Sellers has not had his best season ever, but he's still playing decent football. He has 13 touchdown passes with 8 interceptions. That's the issue. That's not exciting at all. It's not something you get up for. And is he going to be able to pass at the NFL level? That's a big question. His percentage is not great either, only at 60.8%. It's not like the numbers jump off the page. You would need to see a major improvement from Sellers in the NFL level, which definitely is a massive, massive gamble. I'm not saying it's not, but we also do see other people praising him, like Dabo Swinney saying that, listen, man, that is unbelievable effort by our defense because let me tell you, Sellers, that's one of the best players in the country. That guy is special. He is a great football player. He's a great kid. He's a great player. And to hold that guy to 2 yards rushing is unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable. Again, Sellers is a guy who would likely be viewed as a rushing quarterback in the NFL. That's the way I see him. It's the way basically anyone else would see him. But is he going to be more than that, or is he going to be Justin Fields? That's the big question. Can he do more than just rush the ball? If the answer is yes, then all of a sudden, this makes a lot of sense for the Jets. But that's the risk that they'd be taking here. Now, at the same time, they'd also get a chance to pick up Tyson, who would give them another surefire thing at wide receiver. Do they need that? It depends on how high you are on A.D. Mitchell specifically. Because John Metchie, does look like he will be out of the slot for the Jets next season. So that means you do look at A.D. Mitchell and Arian Smith and decide, are these guys enough, or do we need to go add another rookie in college? Where at Arizona State, we've seen Jordan Tyson have a very good run of things. I mean, he's got 61 receptions this year for 711 yards, and he has 8 touchdowns. He's nearly crossed his touchdown path or broken his record for most touchdowns in a season. But at the same time, he's played 3 less games at this point. So Tyson looks like someone who would be a super exciting selection, would be able to make plays with the football, gets a lot of yards per game, and just overall is an exciting player. So I like the idea of Tyson. I like the idea of adding another playmaking wide receiver and just another real skill position as well, while also adding a corner. Now, again, this is with the caveat that when we look at this little draft board right here, what we're seeing, there have been squirrels on my balcony. This has never happened before, and they will not get off, and it's really distracting me. But look, when you look at this draft board, what you see is the fact, overall, you're not getting Mendoza. You're not getting Simpson. Are you really trading up for one of them? If Dante Moore goes, you're likely not getting him at 7. It's possible that you get one of Simpson or Moore there, but it's far from a guarantee. Will the Jets trade up? Maybe. I don't really see them trading up. I think they'd be more willing to say, hey, let's shoot our shot with a second-round pick on Lenore Sellers. If it works out like we think it can, then great, because they're not going to pick him if they don't think he's going to work out. They're not going to be like, oh, screw it, let's take a shot here. I don't really see Darren Mougey doing that. So far, what Mougey's done has been very calculated, so I don't really expect that to happen overall. Whereas if they want to trade up, they must really love a guy. So we're going to see what happens, but it is going to be really, really interesting to see how this all works out. Obviously, these selections are not locked. It's not exactly sure where the Colts are going to end up. It's not sure where the Jets are going to end up. A bunch of teams are in that 2 to 3 win area. I mean, the Titans have a win, and they're not picking a quarterback. So that's going to be interesting to see as well. Are they going to trade down? It's certainly possible. Guys, what do you want to see happen? What do you think of that little draft board right there? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day. Go Jets.